What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for everything local sports. It's JJ.
And Mike.
And Tyler. And this 562 Classic video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, currently open for takeout, so support the people who support Long Beach sports.
This 562 Classic look back originally brought to you as part of the Gazette Sports, now our Classic Recall brought to you as part of our partnership with the Long Beach Post.
That's right. On March 15th, 2012, we were in Portland, Oregon, watching Long Beach State men's basketball take on New Mexico in the quote-unquote second round of the NCAA basketball tournament. It was a last chance to dance for a very memorable senior class. Great Long Beach showing, including Tyler and I, who drove up to Portland after seeing Long Beach Poly lose a CIF State basketball game on a buzzer beater.
This is normally the game that will not be referred to, and we're going to forgive JJ for referring to it, just to give a sense of how crazy this weekend was. One of the most heartbreaking losses we've ever seen, and then one of the most exciting wins we've ever seen, Long Beach State winning the Big West tournament and getting that 12 seed to go face New Mexico.
Long Beach State, a couple of ranked upsets that season, so a clear Cinderella choice, and JJ and I driving straight through on a road trip with a lot of gas station stops, some beautiful sunrises and sunsets, just drove straight through from the LBC to the rip with plenty of McDonald's.
Plenty of McDonald's, some unexpected traffic, a sock mic, and just the most vicious Red Bull headache of my entire life. But we finally made it to Rip City. Long Beach was taking on a very, very good New Mexico team with a future NBAer, Drew Gordon.
Also, Tony Snell on that team. Long Beach State with a couple of future pros in their own right. Casper Ware, the two-time Big West Player of the Year. TJ Robinson, Mr. Double-Double, Eugene Phelps, a lot of local guys, including Larry Anderson from J-Town, who was injured, a knee injury, late in the season, questionable to start this game, but he did end up playing.
Future NBAer James Ennis right there, and then Dan Munson and Steve Alford meeting once again. They're old friends. Love the old school vibe of the Rose Garden. Also, best sports venue name ever, maybe?
It's pretty good. A garden by any other name would not smell as sweetly, obviously. This game certainly did not go the way you guys were hoping it would after all that driving. You said it in the video. I mean, this was the microcosm right here.
Yeah, it was a nervy start for both teams. Some comical errors, if we're being honest. 9 turnovers before the first points.
Yikes. Not what you want to see on the big stage. But Long Beach State did eventually settle in first with an 8-2 lead as Gene lays it in, and then the triple from the outside as the Beach got the start they wanted, but New Mexico came right back with Gordon leading the way.
He was scoring, he was dishing, it was a tit for tat. It set the tone for a close game, and it also had plenty of March Madness. Like we said, it wasn't clean.
No, this is two, kind of mid-major teams that are both looking for that kind of Cinderella run. Obviously, the NCAA expected Long Beach State, as you see, Ware to Caffey for the highlight. They thought Long Beach State had a shot. That's why it's that 12-5 seed game. You got TJ Robinson, the Tim Duncan of the Long Beach State Dan Munson era, 12 points, 14 rebounds, 8 of those rebounds offensive. Just very fundamentally sound, never flashy, but always getting the job done.
Ennis with the jam, and then both teams getting some lucky bounces. 5 ties and 7 lead changes in the first half of this one.
But unfortunately, the game was impacted by the ticky-tack fouls as we see Casper Ware called for not much there. He had 2 fouls in that first half and was forced to sit. And New Mexico able to go on a 7-2 run with Cass out of the game, and that helped the Lobos take a key lead into the locker room, 33-29.
Well, this is the frustrating part of the tournament. Casper Ware, as JJ mentioned, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, but he's not going to get those calls when you get to the NCAA.
Such a gutty performance from Larry Anderson, LAX as we called him. Dan Munson has told us multiple times after this game that he wouldn't have played him if he could do it over again, even though he did have 2 pretty big buckets.
That's the long-term view with Larry Anderson. You know, the guy goes on as a pro career, and he wishes that he hadn't played him on the injury. Certainly no one looked their best in this one, though, injured or not. It was just a really sloppy game on both ends.
Ennis with the put in, 14 minutes left. We are tied. New Mexico, though, answers with back-to-back threes. They were just always better out of the timeout in this game.
Yeah, and they always had the answer. As Long Beach State kept trying to pull close, they would get into it, even sometimes taking a lead, but the Lobos would come back. But still, Ware setting it up for Ennis, and then this is just Bean-esque.
Kobe!
Exactly, just the fadeaway falling, and it really felt like he was going to take this game over in the second half. Certainly tried, but New Mexico able to make plays. Cass, after the turnover, draw the charge. That is senior leadership. He left everything on the floor.
So New Mexico is up by 1. They then get to the line to keep the lead. How many times have we seen this with Long Beach State men's basketball?
Yeah, JJ, no doubt. This felt like a lot of the teams this squad played, ranked teams they played. They just weren't getting some of these calls. Ennis sort of held back by 2 guys there, doesn't get that one. And then you go down on the other end for the 3 in your eye.
Long Beach State running the old pick and roll at the top like those Utah Jazz teams from the 90s. That was fun to watch, and it actually got them back in the game.
Yeah, just get Casper moving towards the basket, and usually good things are going to happen. And then Hugh Greenwood, I'm proud to be a New Mexican, as he drives that one in and scores it for New Mexico.
But Ennis the Menace, this steal, and it's the dunk of the night. Dunk of the day, really, after if you compare it to the other games played. The neutral crowd in the Rose Garden really turned into Long Beach State fans during this as they take the lead with less than 5 minutes left.
That was it. That was the moment. You guys were feeling like this drive was worth it. Everyone at home watching at Legends was fired up. But then Williams and Gordon are going to retake that lead with a 7-0 run. And, you said it, Jade. This was the story. This Long Beach State squad played everybody. Guys like Edis Diversevich making huge plays. They were never afraid to play anyone, but the games often went like this. There was a moment when a guy like Mike Caffey could step up 5 of 6 in 25 minutes with just 1 turnover, but it just always was something at the end that the other team would get a little run.
Sophomore Williams was that run, and he was certainly man of the match with 16 points. More bad fouls, more free throw shooting from Long Beach, more free throw shooting from New Mexico. They're going to take the lead. Under a minute left, Long Beach needs a big play. Munson calls a play called Iowa, which actually Alfred showed him, and Ware is open in the corner. Just that close.
Yeah, that was the shot that the Beach needed to, get back into this game and set up an exciting finish. It just doesn't go down, and that's a heartbreaking shot that you got, JJ.
Heartbreaking is an understatement. 17.6 assists in 36 minutes for Casper Ware as New Mexico knocks off the Beach 75-68. But if you ever speak of Long Beach State men's basketball, you've got to speak of this team, their run of 4 years growing together and then finally getting a chance to dance here. Just so heartbreaking for Casper Ware that they fell short of getting to that next game.
Well, you really felt for Casper because he's the guy to me who, if that team wins a couple games in the tournament, that maybe changes his whole life, to be completely honest with you, right? If he's on national television making some crazy stuff happen, maybe the NBA gives the kid more of a shot. I don't know. But JJ said it, one of the best teams we've ever covered. We absolutely loved covering the Fab Four at the Beach.
We loved him so much, I think I'm pretty sure we broke the rules. You're not allowed to film games like that and then make highlights. You can start with CBS, the NCAA, ESPN, all of them have a lot of rules. But at that point, 2012, we were able to put that online, and it's been up there ever since. So I think the statute of limitations has expired, and we can tell people that, yeah, we drove all the way to Portland to break the law, baby.
It was fun to relive our only trip to the big dance and take a look at Long Beach State on the big stage. Let us know what video you want us to look back on and relive as part of our series of 562 classic videos in partnership with the Long Beach Post.